So we can do that and send that hormone testing in to see if it's normal if you want to do. If you want to do that.
I'm kind of like, if we're doing a new protocol and we're checking stuff, I mean, drawing some blood, I don't see any harm in it, and just checking. So
okay.
Yeah, so Charlotte, you've already seen, but I guess we'll go ahead and do the abdominal scan. And what else did you say we should do on her?
Just abdominal.
Just abdominal. Okay, got it.
And she's at day 300.
She's at day 299, I think. Does that matter?
No.
Okay.
And then she had that colic episode and came home. Is she feeling better?
I think it was truly just like her being a maiden and like getting uncomfy and showing it dramatically, because she's been totally fine.
Good.
So we're gonna vaccinate today, because you do that around day 300 with just like regular yearly vaccines, and then we're going to ultrasound, not Charlotte. Charlotte's just gonna get a little, I guess, abdominal ultrasound. We're gonna palpate the other two and measure, a C-TEP, a combined thickening of the uterus and placenta. It's a new protocol we're doing. So we're back in breeding season and foaling season, and we're not quite breeding yet, but we're kind of starting a new protocol here at Running Springs. So around day 300 is when mares are kind of most likely, if they're going to get placentitis, that's around the date range that you would start seeing signs of it. Placentitis is an infection of the placenta, and so that is also like a huge cause of late-term miscarriage in horses, and we don't want that. We want them to keep cooking. We want them to be healthy. So 3 of my mares are around that day 300 range, so we're gonna check them. But then Raven, our mare that is first due in 2026, is 320 days today. And for peace of mind, we are going to install the foal alert. We've talked about it a little bit on this channel before, but if you haven't seen it before, stay tuned. Oh yeah, we don't have all the little things to set stuff right now because we haven't put it back. Do you need anything?
No, we're good.
Okay.
My trusty stool is what I've always used.
I know. Well, I remember we had a ledge here, and I didn't know if you set stuff on it. I couldn't remember. It's been so long.
Nope. John Deere. The John Deere stool.
I know, we can't get rid of that. Charlotte's come a long way. Charlotte is Dr. Matthews' least favorite. You can hate him for that. She's everyone else's favorite. But if you're sticking your arm up her, I could definitely see how she would be your least favorite. But
she's not everybody else's favorite.
She is. I promise you. She's everyone else's favorite.
We need to take a poll on that. So I'm going to bounce around over this belly and see if I can find the position.
Charlotte's not a fan of the alcohol on her tummy, but that's okay. She's being brave.
So this is amniotic fluid here. It looks like the baby just moved, but this is the baby moving. I don't know which part of the baby it is.
There's her baby. It's so big that you can't really tell what part it is a lot of the time, but it's moving around.
A lot of bone right there.
That's all bone, that white piece.
There's ribs. So you can see the baby's on the other side where we are.
Charlotte, you have a baby in there.
Crossover.
I feel like it's going to go one of two ways. She's either going to be a great mom like Ginger, because Ginger and Charlotte are like twin flames in my opinion. Like they have the same kind of golden retriever flighty head. And Ginger was a great mom, took to it amazing. She could do that, or just absolutely not know what it is and freak out. I don't know. We're going to hope for the former.
I have a question. What's your order for Charlotte?
Filly.
Filly?
Bay or Bayroan.
Right.
If it's going to be red, I will hope it looks like it's daddy, because Denver. So like super dark. I don't want a dang bright flaxen red thing. That's what I'm going to get.
Okay.
There's the heart. We're getting really close. There's the heartbeat. All right, somebody want to measure 15 seconds for me and I'll count the heart rate? Tell me when to start.
Hold on. 2, 1, go.
So 22 beats over 15 seconds, so that's 44, 88.
Is that about where it should be?
Yeah, that's good. Over the next 30 to 45 days, it'll just start coming down and stays around 60 to 70 right before she falls.
At day 300, the mares also get vaccinated, so they get rabies and a 6-way shot.
Isn't there a third one?
Botulism is the third one.
Okay, so Charlotte was all good. Charlotte is an interesting one. She's a maiden. She was saved from a kill pen about 1.5 years ago. So our mission is to make her have this job that she loves and is good at and is safe at, so that if she is ever past me or whatever, she can be handled by multiple people. So she has come leaps and bounds. The only thing is she hates when her best friend leaves, so she's a little upset right now, but she's got to get over it. So Rikki's next. Rikki is actually 300 days today. This is her actual day 300.
What's important about day 300? Because that's not the safe date.
No, like I said earlier, this is the day that they are most susceptible, or this time frame is the most susceptible to placentitis and infections of the placenta, and because it's that last month to 40 days of their gestation, that's when they can between 300 and 315, they're just undercooked enough to probably not make it if there was some sort of reason they had an infection and spit the baby out. So we want them to get to viability and be healthy. And right now is when you can catch it early enough to maybe give them antibiotics or intervene. Yeah. So that's why we're checking them now, so that because sometimes it kind of goes undetected, right? Unless you're just looking super close at their discharge, every single day, and sometimes they'll bag up and you can notice it then, meaning their udder develops kind of early. But that's why we're kind of implementing this new protocol, just to be that much safer.
What's this mare's story? I don't recognize her.
Yeah, so you've never done anything with her. I purchased her in June. She was bred when I bought her. The baby is staying with the original owners. So
who's she bred to?
Hey, good looking.
Okay.
You've bred him for me a couple times. And so they keep this baby, but then she's a really good cross for both of my studs.
Right.
And, I had some really good hunt seat mares that I could breed to Denver that were titled and had already had babies winning and stuff. But all my Western mares were kind of younger and unproven. And so for his beginning of his career, I was he needs a Western mare. He needs one that's going to really put a nice baby out for him that's and she's proven. And so Gone Commando, which is Rikki right here, she's a Congress champion, NSBA world champion, super freaking cool show horse. And so this is her first baby. And we're going to pull embryos and stuff.
She's a Gone Commando?
Her name is Gone Commando.
Oh,
so her dad's gone viral.
See, this baby's moving around a bunch.
Is that ribs?
That's ribs, yeah, heart. Every time I get right where I need to be, baby decides to go somewhere. You see how much fluid it's in. All this is fluid right here. This is baby over here, so it's not so big where it can't move around yet, and that's what's going to happen over the next month, month and a half.
And 3, 2, 1, go. Time.
Very good. I didn't see one heartbeat during that whole 15 seconds.
Running back.
Good practice, though.
Yeah.
Right at 90.
90.
You gonna let me palpate? Has she had a baby before?
No.
She's new, huh? New to this.
Yeah.
What do you think?
She's one of the chillest mares here,
Okay.
but we have never palpated or anything, so.
That's all the urine. That's in the bladder.
That's pee-pee.
The uterus is to the left.
The gray is the urine?
Yeah, that gray is urine. So once I get in here, that's all uterus right there. I'm just trying to find the cervical star where I can measure that measurement. And then that's baby thing. 5 millimeters. Perfect.
So that's the.
Less than 15 is what you want.
So what was that? The amniotic fluid or the?
No, that was the combined thickness of the uterus and the placenta.
Okay.
Was 5?
Yeah, it was 5 millimeters.
You want
which is
it
a
under
little bit-
50.
I mean, I'd rather it be smaller, it's thinner than thicker.
Does that usually mean she's far out?
No, once the thickness of the placenta in the uterus increases as gestation increases, because the placental membranes get thicker.
Right. So her being still at 5, does that mean she's pretty far out from foaling, you think?
No.
No.
No, I think I just measured it at a spot that was a
Gotcha.
little bit thinner. It wasn't a great spot, but she's all jammed up back here, so I may not get a great look at the actual spot.
But
I don't see
nothing
any
else is like red flag in it.
No.
Her baby is really jammed up at the back, so it's making it kind of hard to get that measurement.
Yeah, but everything looks good. The baby's moving around, heart rate's good, amniotic fluid looks good. Got a good look at that.
Rachel's trying to talk cat. That means come here. I already know the language. And we'll go back there.
This is Indy.
Yeah.
More brown than I remember.
see.
She's black.
She's actually brown.
She's brown.
That's yellow and gold.
So because her muzzle
Boys and girls, that's yellow and gold.
So because her muzzle is brown, that means even though her body looks black, she is genetically brown.
Her body legitimately looks like the color of chocolate today.
It's dust. Check the what was it? C-tup. Check the C-tup. Again, a new term for me. Checking baby's heart rate, looking at the fluid in there.
We got a C-tup measurement right here.
Okay, yeah,
9.9. Got a good image.
Good job.
good job.
Thank you. Yes. All right, give me a heart rate. 15 seconds.
So her baby's heart rate is 80. Once they get into that last bit of pregnancy, it should come down to like 60. Yep.
Oh, you almost made me trip.
Yeah.
One.
So it's sewn up right there. We're posing.
Going on.
Oh, we were just showing that she has a calyx. So she's been sewn up here so that, I mean, the horse's anatomy does not really keep them clean, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, when they poop, sometimes they'll get fecal matter in there, and that causes infections. And so if they have previously had issues with that and they lose pregnancies because of it, Indy has, then we sew them up. We don't do that with everybody, but if they have previous issues or if anatomically it looks like it's gonna be an issue, then we sew them up. And then you just have to make sure that you take the calyx out early enough. You don't want to do it too early, because then if they get an infection and it's so early in their pregnancy that the baby's not viable, you're kind of defeating the purpose. So, and now for the actual meat of the video, which is the foal alert. It is what saves my sanity during foaling season. So Raven is about to be numbed. She gets numbed first, and then on either side of her vulva, he makes 1 stitch apiece, okay? And he's gonna sew this little device in. So behind you is Raven's stall, the Mac Daddy suite, where all the mares and foals we hopefully foal in, because it's the biggest. Doesn't always work out that way. There's a room next to it that has a box, and it's like a phone box. It has a phone line hooked to it. So when this piece, the feet poke through, it breaks it apart with a magnet, like there's a magnet in it, and it sends a signal to the box. The box has phone numbers logged into it, and it calls my phone and tells me, hey, your mare's foaling. So even though we watch very closely, it's like, okay, did we fall asleep? Are we at dinner and she's foaling really early in the night and we didn't expect it? Is she doing a daytime foaling and we didn't know it? All those things. Then it just notifies us. So generally speaking, I don't have to rely on the foal alert, but it's a good little backup system.
Just made my first prediction.
What do you predict?
This is a boy.
Oh, no. This is a gray filly.
No, it's a boy, see?
No. This is a gray filly. And its name will be Violet.
I have a question.
What?
Why didn't she get a calyx?
She didn't get a calyx because there was not really a indication that she needed one. We don't really kind of do them. I know some farms do them to everybody. We don't really do them unless they're needed. So, all right. So 1 stitch in one side. Like I said, it kind of looks worse than it actually is.
Could she potentially knock this off, or is it going to be...
I mean, I've had out of 20 something foal alerts that we put in, I've had probably 2 of them rub out. Indy is one of them that has, no, that's Raven. Indy is one of them that has rubbed them out. But most of the time they're pretty good. It's usually if they like, we suspect they're gonna have their baby, we put it in, and then they go for like 3 freaking weeks. That's usually when they rub it out because it's like loose and stuff like that.
Got it.
Is she good to like go out from here? Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you believe we're here already, Dr. Matthew?
It's upon us. It is here.
It's here. We're gonna let her wake up. She's gonna go outside. We will give her a little bit of an anti-inflammatory just so that when that numbing wears off and there's a little bit of soreness there, if there is, that she's taken care of. I can't believe we're at the part where we're like full alerting, like we're on full watch. It's insane. I don't know if my mind has even comprehended that we're there yet, but keep that baby in until after midnight tonight at least. With that being said, knocking on some wood, I truly think she's a couple weeks out. I really do. Like, let's take a look at her udder really quick just while we're here. The only thing I know from her previous owners when she had the one foal that she's had was that, and they didn't know what day she was at because they didn't know she was pregnant when they got her. She had a really big udder, lots of wax beforehand, and she was streaming white milk. So her udder doesn't really look remarkable to me, which is good. I think she could keep this baby cooking for a little while longer, which we like. So I hope you found this video educational. If this is your first foaling season with us, please let me know in the comments if you have any questions. If this is not your first, then let us know in the comments what year you started watching, because I think this is our 3rd full foaling season on YouTube, but it's like our 5th foaling season on social media as a whole. So hope you enjoyed and stay tuned for the next update.